Lauren's classes often included him working on clients while we observed. During a memorable class in Redding, California, Garrison, a 6-year-old, came in on crutches for his therapy. He was scheduled to have his hip replaced. After his session, while he was walking out of the room, Lauren half-jokingly told him to stay off the diving board at the hotel where we were having the class. A little while later, while Lauren was speaking, we watched out the window behind Lauren as Garrison sailed off the diving board into the pool. 20-plus years later, I was scheduled to teach a Berry Method class at the Pennsylvania State Massage Conference. Garrison lived locally and heard I was coming to town to share Lauren's unique therapy. He stopped by to visit, introduce me, and then tell his story.
And we have a guest, and his name is Garrison Gunter, and he was a patient when he was 6 years old. He was a patient of Dr. Lauren Berry. So he's in town, he's from this end of Pennsylvania, and he decided to come in and tell you his story. So please welcome Garrison Gunter.
I'm so excited to be here and to introduce Taum to you today, and it's so nice to get to show you all that, that these work, and, I'm a little shorter on this side, but other than that, I've lived a really comfortable and fairly normal life for a kid who, when I was 6, they said, you may never get to walk again, and you'll have arthritis by the time you're 16. I grew up in Hawaii, and when I was about 5 years old, I was roller skating at my grandparents' house, and did the splits with those square-wheeled roller skates that just do that very well, and popped my left hip out of socket, and family friend of ours who was a massage therapist helped me, work it back into socket, and 2 hours later, bam, again, popped out. And so we went to the doctor, and they did x-rays and found out that the top of my femur had sort of turned into mush, and that this injury had actually just brought this to light. It would have happened eventually anyways, they said, but it could have taken till I was 10 or 12, and that's what often happens with leg perthes, which is what they said I had, is that, they don't discover it till it's too late. So while it was an unfortunate accident at age 5, it was also fortunate because at that young age, they were able to do a lot more with it. At the time, in 1978, the doctors in Hawaii wanted to cut me open and take a piece of my shoulder out, top of the same ball and socket joint in the shoulder, and graft it into the inside of my hip, and put me in a full-body cast for 9 months, rotate me like a piece of meat on a grill every whatever other day, and my mother said, rambunctious kid in a body cast for 9 months? No, I don't think so. And I agreed, of course, because I really like to move around a lot. And so George Beese, a good family friend of ours, the massage therapist who was living with us at the time, said, let me call some of my therapy friends in California. Let's see what we can drum up here. There must be somebody who can help us think about how to do this in another way. And sure enough, after a little bit of research, George came to us and said, I found this guy. His name is Lauren Berry. He doesn't really consider himself a massage therapist or a therapist, but I think he can help you. And so we talked with Lauren, and he says, well, it seems, Garrison, like you've got a problem with your leg, and I want you to know that I think that I can help you out with this, and we don't have to do any surgery, and it's not going to hurt you, and it'll take some time, and you're going to have to be diligent about being on crutches, and you're not going to be allowed to walk in airports. You're going to have to be in a wheelchair, and you're going to have to sort of isolate it, but I'm not going to keep you from walking, and I want you to swim, and I want you to ride a bicycle. You're not allowed to jump. You're not allowed to, do things that impact that hip bone, but you're going to still get to be a kid. So I started visiting Lauren in Redding, California about every 6 months, I think, and he would work on me, and he would also take me in his airplane and take me on his motorcycle. And he really showed me, not just about this healing method of working with me and what Taum's going to get into further with you all, but he taught me a lot about just sort of envisioning and sort of healing yourself, and one of the biggest things that I took from that experience with Lauren was that if you can picture your body healing itself along with the assistance of a therapy or something like that, if you can envision these processes happening in your body, then that's when it actually happens. But if you doubt, as we all know, when you start doubting things, well, it'll go that way sometimes for you if you decide that you're not going to believe that something's going to happen. So this work is great for children, I think, especially because they're very malleable and their minds are very open. So you say to a 6-year-old kid, okay, Garrison, here's this pork chop and here's this broccoli and all these great, here's rice and all this food, and we're going to eat this stuff, and you're going to envision these little guys with buckets. And these buckets have calcium. And calcium is what you need to rebuild this bone structure here. So you're going to envision these little guys, the food goes in, and you envision them piling these buckets of calcium onto that hip bone. I want you to envision that. And so 6 years old, sure, I can do that. It's like Fraggle Rock or something, and you sort of envision this thing happening, and when you eat at the dinner table, it becomes this kind of playtime almost, where you're picturing this rebuilding process of your body. And then you go out and you play, and you think to yourself, okay, Lauren says I have to not jump around too much, but I really want to, but you don't want to let him down. You need to respect your body. You need to respect that injury. So there's a lot of things that happened in that process, which was really great. And to this day still, I'm very much a doer, and I very much just sort of go out and make things happen if they're not happening, or find out the information I need to find out when I'm interested in knowing something. And I think that a lot of that came from Lauren, who called himself a mechanic. He said, well, I'm not really a therapist, I'm a mechanic. You're just a machine. You're just like an airplane, you're just like, a car. We're all just machines. We have moving parts, we have electricity running through us, and we're all just machines. He says, so if I can fix a plane, I can fix you. And you hear that and you say, well, I guess I'm going to have to trust him on this one and just go with it. And the truth of the matter is, I think that we both did it. And he works with you that way and says, I'm not just going to help fix you. I'm not going to be the one to fix you. You have to be involved, as the patient. And he was really strong about that sense that, he can help you, he can work with you as a patient, but the patient has to be the one that really wants this to happen, which I did. And after 3 years of therapy with him, he finally pronounced that I was all set, ready to go, could run around, jump around, do what I wanted to, which I did as quickly as I could. And around that same time that I was working with Lauren, Taum sought out Lauren because when he was 4 years old, he had an injury where he was wrapped up into a car wheel at the age of 4. And he sustained sort of long-term nerve damage, I believe, and muscle tissue damage within his legs, caused numbness. I have some of those same problems even still today in my legs, a little bit of numbness, a lot of pain, but I'm still walking around and I still get to snowboard and do whatever I want to do. And sure, pain's a part of it, but pain's a part of everything, I think. So you just roll with it. So Taum met Lauren around that same time. I understand that we probably were paralleling each other throughout these experiences that the two of us shared with Lauren. I'm sure that we even ran into each other on occasion, but I was, 7 or 8, and I don't remember a whole lot about those experiences. I remember very sort of specific points of my journey with Lauren. And after Lauren passed away, 3 months after he said, Garrison, you're free to go run around and jump around, which was devastating to me because I spent a lot of time with him, and it made me sad, and it still makes me sad sometimes. Every once in a while, I just kind of break and think about him, and then I also think, well, I guess I can be sad, but also I'm really happy that I met him. So, got to pull the joy out of those things somehow. So thank you for giving me the chance to talk.